This here is product photography, and there's basically no editing on it. Today, we're going to talk about that and how I took this photograph and 4 others for a real client of mine. Now, this was not made for YouTube. These were actual photographs that I delivered to a client, all shot in one single session. But before we jump into that, I want to thank our sponsor for this video, Squarespace. From websites to online stores, marketing materials or analytics, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that will help you grow your online presence and business. Okay, now that's over and done with, let's actually talk about these photos. So, the most important thing with product photography is concept. So these are sports glasses. Here they are here. They're very high end. They're by Most Valuable Member. If you want to check them out, I'll actually leave the website in the description. I don't know if this is going to focus, but these things are really kind of beautiful. So they sent me a number of pairs of these for us to shoot. So what we had to do is come up with a concept. I like to shoot products on shiny surfaces. So let me demonstrate what we actually used for this. We used this here. This is actually a glass chopping board. Bought it from Amazon. It was about 30 bucks, maybe more. I'll leave a description below. And as you can see, look how reflective that is. It's actually reflecting my light just here and my setup. So that was there. The other thing that I really wanted to do was incorporate some of this. This is carbon fiber. It's used on cars a lot, and it's really kind of that high-end sports feeling. So I bought some plates of this. I bought, I think, about 6 of these from different companies because not all of them are this kind of design. Some of them are kind of squares and different things, so I wanted to make sure that it, oh, that was loud, it actually matched the side here of the sunglasses, which was really important. You can see there, look how cool they are. Oh, now it's gonna focus. That looks great, doesn't it? Anyway, so that was the first thing, was to come up with a concept. So let's talk through a few of these photographs and what we did and some of the challenges. Now, the first challenge with glasses is, one, we use a glass plate at the bottom, which is really reflective, which makes our life even harder. But the reason I wanted to do that is because glasses themselves are reflective. Now, if you're shooting something reflective, we're tempted just to take some photographs and then figure it all out in post. I don't believe in that at all. I like to do it in camera and get it right. So let's take a look at this photograph just here. And you can see here, what we've got is on the lens itself, look at this. See the glow that we're getting on the glasses? Now, that's actually how we did it. Now, to achieve that, you need a massive softbox so that it reflects the white surface of the softbox. 2 ways of doing that. Way number 1 is to move the softbox very close to the glasses so it appears bigger in the lens. The second thing is to have a massive softbox. And we can actually see here, this is still the setup that we have back here, and those are huge 8-foot by 4-foot scrims that I made myself. Just wooden frame, and took some leaf filters, diffusion panel, put it over the top, and we use that all the time. So I would suggest doing that. In fact, let me go and get it. So you can see it's just a really big diffusion panel that kind of you shine light through the back and it goes through the other side. So we use that to create a load of our reflections. Awesome. The other thing that we needed to do was to get everything perfectly well aligned so we had this beam of light. Now, to do that, all we did was use little tiny A-clamps just to clamp these things onto C-stands and kind of line it all up. And then we created our look, and we shot using the Nikon 105 f2.2 macro lens because it's super sharp. And what we actually did there was focus stacking. So it's about 20 different shots. Because the way that it works is if you got something at an angle like this, this is going to be in focus, but this is going to be out of focus. We took multiple photographs all the way down and then merged them in Photoshop to make sure that it's an actual, everything's really sharp. Outside of that, we didn't really do any editing. There was a little bit of dust that we had to bring off just because there's a lot of dust in the studio, so we had to clean that off. But apart from that, that was the shot right there. So we also shot a red pair of glasses. We just moved the glasses in and out, and that was it. We don't even like to change the colors in post. Here is another look. I absolutely love this photograph. So can you see this? That's the red one, I think. This one is the black ones. Look how great this looks. We'll zoom in. Looks really nice. And again, we've got that glow. Now, this look was even simpler. This is a single light setup, just one light. That's all we had to do. And the way that we did this was we put the scrim really low down, just flat over the top, had the glasses set at the bottom, one shot, and it was done. Easy, easy, easy. So that was the second one. The third one, let's have a look at this. This one was a really cool one. So I call these the hero shot. The reason I like to do a hero shot, we're shooting from below up. It makes the products look bigger and grander and more important. So for this one, it was pretty simple actually. We actually took one of these plates, these sheets, and taped it to the side of a table. So that created our wall. And then we just put the lenses on the back. Now to create the black background for that, I actually propped up the mirror, which is down here that I showed you, not the mirror, the black chopping board. I just put that at the background and then that kind of made it already black, but you could have used a black duvetine or black sheet, something like that. Very, very simple. The final one that I want to show you, because this one is one of my favorites. I mean, look at this for a photograph. This has the carbon fiber sheets kind of hanging in the bottom and the top, and then it has the glasses floating in mid-air. Now let's talk through this one, because this is pretty specific. What I did was I hung the glasses using black thread. Now I used black thread because the glasses were dark on the outside, so it was easier to cut out there, and black off the gray background was very easy to get rid of. I didn't need to try and hide it with fishing wire or anything like that. And what I had to do was, rather than face the glasses forwards, I actually had to put them at an angle. And here we go. This is a really good example because I've got this light here. If I faced them forward, you would actually end up with just a little bit of light like this. So instead, I twisted them to face. And if I move it in, there you go. Now, obviously, this is the wrong light up here. But you can see how now we've got that beautiful effect inside the light. Whereas if I faced it the other way, I'm going to be reflecting just what is over here in my studio, and it's not going to look very good. So that's essentially, see how I get it in the middle? That's what I did there, and then the glass on the other side, I faced it the other way and had another big diffusion panel set up so we can actually reflect. Then all I did with these sheets here was actually put them at a slight angle. Can you see how if I'm flat, it reflects like this, and if I go like this, it's just dark? I actually did it at an angle like this. Something like that, so it created a gradient across the actual piece here. And I just A-clamped those on and I built the entire set. So when I took the photograph, it was exactly as it should be. Now what I also did, you can see it's still set up here, is I had this light firing at our white cyc over here. What that meant was we created that, what I call a ball of light, which is a diffusion light that happens on the back, which gives us this beautiful, soft, gradient on the actual image itself, which I really, really like. Now you can also see back here, these are the other lights. Oh, that's my table actually that I've got there. But there's this top light here. That actually just came straight from above, and that gave us all of the highlights. If we zoom in here, this is what would give us our highlights on the top here and the inside of the rims going down there. Now, a lot of trial and error went into this. We shot on a D850, so super high resolution that you get from that. And we shot at between f8 and f16, so we got a really sharp image throughout the entire thing. And that was basically how we did all of those things. So if you want to see this marketing campaign for these glasses actually in use, head over to their website. The link is in the description. Or you can go see the images on my website, which is ed-gregory.com. Now that brings us beautifully back to our sponsor, which is Squarespace. I built this website on Squarespace. I built it because I wanted to show off my portfolio. And for creatives, I find Squarespace really easy to use. The templates are beautiful. They're all pre-built for you. You kind of go on, upload your photographs, write some blurb, and it just works and looks fantastic. One of the awesome features is in the future, if you wanted to change the way that it looks, you don't have to rebuild your whole website from scratch. With Squarespace, in one click, it kind of rebuilds your whole website for you with a different look and feel. Now, you don't need to have any coding experience, any knowledge about any of these things at all. You just jump in and build a website. Now, if you want to check it out and you want to start your website, go to squarespace.com/photos in color, and you can get 10% off your first order of anything across the whole website. Hello, this is Gregory.